What's good, everybody? Hoob the Goob here, and today I'm going to be showing y'all just how strong the Raider can be in Elden Ring Night Rain. I think that this class is severely underrated because most people use it wrong. I get the logic right. You get big bonk, you two-hand that bitch, and you swing it, but that's not the right way to use the class. You need to have one big bonk in each arm and jump attack everything. To show you just how strong the class is, we're going to be annihilating the final boss of Night Rain solo. But first things first, let's show you all the relics. Our relics are super simple and all guaranteed. The Grand Burning Scene and the Grand Tranquil Scene can both be obtained from the shop after killing the final boss, and the Knight of the Fathom is obtained after killing Augur. The Grand Burning Scene is a great economy relic. It increases our rune acquisition, gives us a Stone Sword key, and a discount from in-game shops. The Knight of the Fathom increases our max HP. This is much better than +3 Vig. And the Grand Tranquil Scene gives us +2 Vig, +2 Poise, as well as partial HP restoration upon post-damage attacks. This is like Bloodborne's rally system, so if we get hit, we can just hit the boss back to restore health. Now let's get into it. All right, y'all, let's get into it. First things first, we'll check the map here. We're looking for where our churches are, holy camps, and/or map event. There's no Shifting Earth event. We have churches around here to the south, and I see a holy camp just north of center, so that's good. We'll go ahead and kill some of these trash mobs here to just quickly get to level 2. Level 2 is a massive buff for our character. We go from 400 health at level 1 to 560 at level 2. Might as well just pick up these chests. Not much there, but we'll take it. We can go do the fort right here. This will further just give us a weapon check and help us level. We got to get our weapon checks in. We need to either find one more Colossal, 2 Great Hammers, or 2 Great Axes. So hopefully we can do so, but no guarantees. Admittedly, I'm trying to show off this build. So I've done a few runs here to try to get power stance weapons. Unfortunately, having some bad RNG, but it'll be fine. We will make it work eventually. Boys, cooperate. Gentlemen. Thank you very much. Yeah, as you guys can see, the two-handed moveset on this is just so bad. That's why I like the power stance, because there's no unique moveset on the power stance. And the Raider's unique Colossal moveset is just kind of trash. If you can get off the full combo, it's actually not bad. But the amount of times you can get off the full combo is just so rare. You need to be at like max stamina to do so. And in solo play at least, when are you ever going to have the opportunity to wail on a boss like that? We'll take a cheeky backstab. Take him right up the butt. Yeah, like I tried to go for full combo there. Got blocked and guard countered. It's fine though. Boss is dead. Great club. Oh, we're gaming. We are currently gaming. We can power stance. This is huge. Okay. Let's go hit this church. All right, getting Great Club there is massive. This all of a sudden is a run. We are now power stancing. We need to make sure that we hit a mine at some point so that we can upgrade this Great Club to purple. And hopefully we find a second Colossal so that way we don't have to use our starter one for too much longer, but worst case, we always can. Okay, boom, there's the church. Let's go hit this area here. And you know what? I'm pretty sure we can take this Spirit Spring over here all the way in and just jump up top. Hopefully we can at least. I think it's close enough. Just a nice little skip to get to the boss faster. Yep, there we go. And now you guys can see just how strong the power stance is. Like, look at that damage. I know it's just a Guardian Golem, but my god, is it crazy. And boom, there's already a stance break. And he's dead. Shit her down. Executioner's Great Axe, not really useful. Might as well just take it, though. We can go down to hit this Evergaol. You could argue that I maybe should have saved my runes so that I could buy from the merchant here, but it's okay. We'll get this Evergaol done. Down there is a shrouded camp, like the tornado area. Especially on solo, stay the hell away from that. It's so sketchy. And duelist. Oh, look at it. Another big boy also dual wielding, but we are way stronger. Literally just 2 jump attacks staggers, which is insane. Ow. Let me hit you. Thank you. Okay, we are inside the circle. We'll take Rune of the Strong. There is a Deathrite bird here. That's a little scary. I'm gonna go for it though. We have Holy with the Great Club, so we should do decent damage. We will grab the Sacred Tear here first, just to be safe, but we gotta take this one a little slower. Deathrite bird is a slightly scary fight. All right, come here, Mr. Burb. Damage is not bad though. Ow. All right, that was risky, but I really thought that would stagger. And now we'll take the riposte. Gonna have to heal here. All right, we died. It's fine. The good news is about dying in this game is actually you don't lose much, because we can just pick up our... We did lose a level technically, but the second that we pick up our runes, we get all those levels back. So it's fine. Yeah, see, we got 30k there. Roll the grab. Another stance break. Smack the head. Riposte. Dying once on a big early kill is no big deal. Can't die twice though. Alright, just one more jump attack and boom, he's dead. Yeah, we died once, but honestly more than worth it. Gargoyle's Black Axe is really good. Like, really, really good. Magic Scorpion Charm, get that thing the hell out of my inventory. Yeah, that gives us options for what we want to run. Like, yeah, see, we're already level 8. Even though we died, that death doesn't really matter. And yeah, if I'm being honest, I think Power Stance and Great Axes here is going to end up being better than Colossals, because look, 207 versus 169, 136 versus 176. We can always switch back to the Colossals, but we will take the Great Axes for now. We'll do this here. This will give us a purple stone, so that means we can upgrade a blue weapon to purple. Having 2 purple weapons is a significant increase to DPS, so it's more than worth it. We'll take that. I'm going to check these chests here. Sometimes you can get a second purple stone. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we did, so that's fine. You know what? There was a blue stone, though. I'm going to grab that. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Thank you. And how are we doing zone-wise? We're pretty good on zone. We can go up and grab that church and maybe have time to hit that holy camp over there on the right side. But we are gaming. We're already level 8 and in a fantastic spot. This run's looking really good despite the early death. So what's my best? Probably this way is my best way up to the church, and then just climb here. Yeah, I'm hoping we get a little fortunate on zone, or it just doesn't come in quite as fast as I expect. Because I would love to be able to hit that holy chapel over there on the right side. Put a pin down. It should just be the Doot Doots, aka the Oracle Envoys. They will go down really quick, especially we can ult them right at the start. If you ever have a boss that's in a group and you're playing solo, I recommend ulting. Even if it doesn't kill all of them, it gets them to spread out, and you can then fight them one by one much easier. So, for example, we will just run in between all of them here and ult. Yeah. Didn't really get them to spread out, but I did enough damage that we were able to quickly crush them. Sacred Rotten Battle Hammer. Okay. Well, the good news is we have plenty of options here, depending on which one we want to go for. We might not make this, but I'm going to greed for this holy area up north. Zone should close soon, so if we don't get it, it's okay. I just think the greed is more than worth it. We really need holy weapons against the final boss. For any boss that you're killing, getting the affinity that you need is super, super important. Not only is it extra damage, but a lot of times it will break them out of certain attacks, or have a special effect. For instance, Gaping Jaw will throw up when you hit him with poison, when you poison proc him, so he just stops moving and you can get a massive damage window. This boss here, he kind of stuns for a bit and it breaks him out of some of his bigger attacks. So if you're struggling on a boss, make sure to look for the correct damage affinity. And we are going to have enough time to get this done. God, Power Stancing is so good. Yeah, zone's coming in at like the perfect time. Sacred Highland Axe. Actually, no, that's not a great axe, unfortunately, so that doesn't really matter. And zone here is just down to the south, so we will probably just be running. I don't think there's really anything that we can hit. But if you are just running from point A to point B, like in this situation, there's nothing we can really do here to close out the day. So I would recommend look for trash mobs, get some quick kills. See, there's a free 1,000. You can probably rack up like a free, I don't know, maybe we can get to an extra 20,000 here. Which obviously isn't the most runes in the world, but I'm not gonna complain, right? It's super nice just having these extra runes, extra levels. Getting to level 15 is such a big boost in something that you should really prioritize. Like, most of the time, if I get a rune, unless everything else is bad, you'll typically see that I don't grab Rune of the Strong or any of the extra runes after killing bosses. You can get either 10k, 20k, or 30k. I don't grab those, but I've played the game enough that I'm pretty confident I can get to level 15 almost every time. If you're not, I recommend grabbing those, especially because it helps your snowball, right? This game was, this current run that we're on was made so much easier by killing that Deathrite bird and getting to level 8 super quick. We were just able to smoke everything because not only does it increase health, stamina, all that stuff, but it also just increases your damage. So even though, yes, you might be missing out on a valuable buff, like let's say plus 10 endurance that could help you on the final boss, you're going to be able to kill things faster throughout the day. And if you're worried about hitting level 15, boom, maybe that's an extra level for you on the final boss. And I'd much rather have one extra level than 10% extra stamina. Yeah, I think this is a good showcase of just how strong this jump attack build is. Granted, you are at the mercy of RNG a bit more because you don't always get weapons that you can power stance. Like I said earlier in this run, like I did, you know, a run or two beforehand and just got some really poor RNG and wasn't able to power stance. Obviously, I could have kept going, but I wanted to show off the build here that I've kind of cooked up. And we have Gaping Dragon, a DS1 boss for any of those Dark Souls 1 fans out there. There's a nice stagger. If I can take the crit, I missed the crit, unfortunate. But that's the other thing that's so strong about this build, right? Not only do you heal back on hit, not only do you do a lot of damage. Oh, I just got grabbed. Please don't kill me, sir. But you just stagger things for days. Oh, we gotta run from this. That poison goop really drops your max health. So make sure to stay away from that. And boom, there's another stagger. Let me... Brother! Dark Souls 1 bosses were not made for critting. Sir, can you please not run into the fire? There we go. Improved dodging. We'll take that. Extra iframes is always good. And here we are, level 7. Or level 10, my apologies. Let's go here and grab this Evergaol really quickly. There's typically a field boss right next to the Evergaol, and then we can make our way to the castle. You always want to be hitting the castle. Sometimes you can hit it on day 1, but I really recommend hitting it on day 2 to protect your snowball, right? The castle has a ton of enemies and they're decently high scaled. You want to be able to kill them quickly and move through them. So if you go there early, yeah, it's a good amount of runes and things, but you're not able to kill them nearly as fast. And overall, I find that it ends up being much slower. There's already a stance break. Crystallians is kind of perfect for our build because we just stance break everything. There's number 2. Well, number 2 stance broken. One more jump attack and he's dead. Now final 1. Also, another thing with this build too, you could run it on Wilder. You definitely could run it on Wilder. We'll just take Rune of the Strong there. Your strength scaling is not as high, of course, but generally speaking, your ult and everything is much more useful. Your ult and your minor and your passive effect. That is the one downside I think of Raider. Well, there's 2 downsides. First is that I am not a big fan of the unique colossal moveset at all. And second, the ult and the character skill are just not the best. They're not bad, right? But in this situation, at least the character skill, I'm almost never going to use it because being able to jump attack is simply more valuable. I gotta heal. Is simply more valuable than doing the punch. We'll take this Lightning Rotten Great Axe. Doesn't really do much for us, but we'll take it. You know what? I would see if there's a big boss down there, but honestly, I just want to get onto the castle so we can... Didn't mean to do that. Make sure to hit max level. I like to start underneath first, unless it's Elemer. Elemer is a damn exception. I typically find that the boss under the castle is a bit lower scaled than the boss on top. And you get a free talisman afterwards. There's a chest, it will give you 3 talisman options and you can pick whichever one you want. So I like to start from the bottom first and work my way up. Please no Elemer. Okay, Grafted Scion, that's perfectly fine. We can just jump attack and trade a lot of stuff. Just be careful, don't let your health get too low. Like right there, boom, trade it, doesn't matter. We heal it back off and get a stagger out of it. That will stagger. I don't think I can go get the riposte. Oh, one more shot. There we go. Scion dead. Legendary. I'll always take a Wending Grace. Also, you can check these bodies. That guy dropped absolutely nothing. I don't know what he was doing. But there are times where you can get a Wending Grace, or you can get a super useful talisman, or occasionally a good weapon. I find that's the most rare outcome. But getting Wending Graces or a good talisman is super important. Green Turtle, that's fantastic. Extra stamina recovery, so that means we can keep jump attacking more. I'm gonna ult here just to separate these two boys. We just want to isolate down the Solurias. So when the castle is Crucibles, I'm a poet, you get a ton of money. The amount of money that you get from Crucible Knights is just insane. Okay, I gotta back off. Fuck me, I died. Alright, that's fine. Again, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not gonna be resetting here to show you guys like, oh, I'm so good, right? Because part of the thing with this build and why I like it so much is that it is super beginner friendly, right? Like, you don't have to be the best player in the world to make this build work, and dying sometimes, especially in solo, just doesn't matter that much. When you're in trios, you lose more time and you get separated from your group and everything, but in solos, it just doesn't matter a whole lot. All right, there we go. He's dead. We'll get our reward. Okay. I really want this alabaster. There we go. That increases our... The reason why I wanted that is not because it's alabaster. It's because if you saw the passive skill on it, it increases our attack power when wielding 2 armaments. And since we are obviously wielding 2 weapons, we just got a hell of a lot stronger. I don't know how he's not hitting me. Good job, buddy. You hit me. All right. Another one down. Another one bites the dust. Increase max HP, we will always take that. We can kill this one here, it'll give us another drop. All right. Also, I'm not sure if you just noticed it there or heard the sound, but you do sometimes get flashback just kind of randomly, and I'm not mad about it. Improve physical attack power, whatever. It doesn't, I guess that helps out our executioners right now is physical. Also, keep in mind what weapons are actually great axes and what are colossals. This lightning rotten great axe is a colossal weapon. Sometimes they will say great axe or something. They're not actually great axes. Magma Worm is a perfect boss to demonstrate just how good the jump attacks are, because he just kind of stands there and gets absolutely shredded. Just keep jumping, just keep jumping, just keep jumping. We're gonna greed this, boys. Nope, go down. I'm surprised that didn't stagger. The Magma Worm charging is one of the most annoying things in this game and in Elden Ring. It just sucks. But there he goes. Shut her down. Beast Claw, Great Hammer. Beast Claw is pretty good. I'll take it. We could have taken improved dodge. We already have one improved dodging, and I don't know how well it stacks. So we're pretty good. We're also level 15 now already, so we can just get the hell out of here. Like, I think this is a perfect example of the fact that you don't need the perfect run to hit level 15. And actually, shit, I really need a merchant. I gotta go up to that merchant. We can buy the pouch and the extra wending. Merchants are super important on solo play. You gotta make sure that you're hitting them. So yeah, pouch there, wending. Let's check here. Yeah, so unfortunately nothing there, but you want to check those. If you get something that's like improved jump attacks or improved when wielding 2 armaments, make sure that you take them. Make sure you take them. And now at this point, like, we're chilling. We're just gonna run up here. We can kill these elite enemies. That will give us some nice buffs, hopefully. Maybe a better weapon than the Executioner's Great Axe, maybe a Holy Great Axe or something. But we're in a fantastic spot here. We're just gonna try to run through some enemies quickly and hopefully get as strong as we can for the final boss. But yeah, we're in a great spot. This has been a very solid and smooth run, despite dying. So don't get discouraged if you die, especially if you're going for a difficult kill or if you're on a good run and you make a mistake. You don't need to like get pissed and reset. Dying in this is not punishing at all, unless you're dying to like the end of day boss or final boss. Obviously, if your run gets reset, well, you're cooked. But most of the time, this game is not super punishing whatsoever. All right, 1 or 2 more hits, 1 more for stagger, and 1 more to kill. Another thing you're gonna see here, like, we were able to get to 3 wending graces really quickly. I guess we're taking improved dodging again. Where's the final circle? It's a little... Do we greed for this? You know what? I'm not going to. I would sometimes consider greeding for that enemy, but we are already level 15. We don't need it. We can go ahead and just take out this camp really quickly and keep things chill. Right, just want to show off how strong the build is, and me greeting and having to do some storm running to get my runes back and all that crap. Probably isn't the best, because I definitely could kill the boss. Depending on what it is, I might not have enough time to not die in the storm though. I'd have to run back to get my runes. It'd be a whole mess. All right, thank you, sir. Banish Knights, this is a camp if you're on solo and you see it early. I recommend you stay the hell away from. If you're strong, obviously you can take it out, but early on these guys can be problems. All right, let's get our reward. Improved affinity attack power, we'll take that. Yeah, nice little reward, but really there's nothing much that could help us a ton at this point. Like extra level or something, or extra better weapon would have been a little nice, but we can upgrade our great axe there. Uplifting aromatics are really good, especially for solo play. They increase your attack power and give you like an opaline bubble tier, so you can take one hit while basically taking no damage. Those are really great for final boss. Highly recommend those. And now let's just get to it. All right, what do we got here? I'm gonna get clocked. Ow. Gentlemen. Okay, we're both whiffing. I see how it is. Sir, stop running from me. Thank you. Another one bites the dust. Mr. Mage, no. Don't even think about it. All right, he's down, and boom. All right, what do we got here for end of day boss? Oh, ancient dragons, gross. Obviously there's a more efficient way. So this guy will take a lot more damage if you hit the head, but I think this boss is very poorly designed, and I can substantiate that claim. The boss is really weak, is like meant to be hit in the head. Most dragons are. The problem with the ancient dragons is that their head is the size of a pea. And it moves around so much because they have the longest neck. Looking like goddamn giraffes out here. While you can just hit the legs very easily. You want to make sure to jump that attack, which is perfect for us because we're jumping anyways to do damage. Can we hit the head? Okay, yes, we did actually hit the head one time. Oh, also these guys don't stance break, like, at all. They have a mechanic where they have, I think it's 80% poise damage reduction. Might be 60. I think 80 though, when you hit them. To anywhere other than the head. So as a result, like if we'd normally be let's say hypothetically we'd normally be doing 80 poise damage on, or let's just say 40 on an attack, on one jump attack. Instead we're doing 8, which is just terrible. All right, let's look here and see what we can get from the boss. Periodic giant glint blades. That's really good. These giant glint blades I think are gonna get nerfed. They don't do a ton of damage, but they do a ton of stance damage. We're going to be stance breaking this boss like crazy with these glint blades. All right, we've now made it to day 3. We can go ahead and buy another Wending Grace. I don't need this. And we will buy Crimson Bubble Tier. So I want to just show you how crazy this setup is, and this wasn't even that. We didn't push or do anything crazy. We died twice. Not an insane run. We have 3 Wending Graces, as well as the one the game gives you. So that's 4 revives. And we have Crimson Bubble Tier, which will automatically restore our HP when we're low. So we basically have 5 revives for this boss. I don't think we're going to need all of them. This build should light them up, but just to show you like how strong you can get for the end bosses now after solo was made easier, it's pretty crazy. Like, look at that damage. Also, the nice thing about the jumping is somehow you end up jumping a lot of bosses' attacks. Okay, I maybe need to heal here. Sir? There's a sand spray. And there's phase 1 down, nice and easy. We're recovering a little bit of HP here thanks to our Crimson or Blessed Dew talisman, so no need to heal. We'll go ahead and pop our aromatic and our bubble tier. Ow. Not the greatest start in the world. There's a stagger already. Okay. Okay, for this attack, you just want to super sprint. Ow. Let's go ahead and jump him. Nah, we couldn't jump him. I'm gonna ult here. Right when he starts to come down, we'll ult. This is just a free dodge. And there's another stagger. Can use this as an opportunity to heal. Our Crimson bubble tier saved our ass. We went down. That's fine. Like, I'm really not trying to show you guys here like, oh, I'm the best player in the world. I'm simply just trying to show you a really good build and how to effectively beat the game without being super cracked. Like, there's another stagger. Oh, one more hit. He lives, the boy who lives. Shit her down. Let's go. And that's how it's done. Well, GG's, boys. That's just how strong this build can be. You don't have to be super good at the game. I really was not like intentionally dodging a lot of stuff, just kind of eating things. And we got a nice, easy win. If you're struggling, especially with the final boss, I really recommend that you give this build a try. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like, subscribe. See you later. Have a good one.